Simone Biles and mental health. Simone Biles arrived at the Tokyo Olympics under enormous mental pressure. During the team final, she experienced a frightening mental block known as the twisties. She decided to step away from several events to protect her mental health. Biles explained that her mind and body no longer felt connected during her routines. Her brave decision helped change the public mentality that athletes must always hide their struggles. After taking time to recover, she returned to the balance beam and won a bronze medal. Inside Out, Riley's changing mind. When 11-year-old Riley moves to San Francisco, her mind struggles to understand the sudden changes around her. Inside her head, joy tries to fill her thoughts with happy memories. However, sadness touches an important memory and gradually changes Riley's state of mind. With joy and sadness missing, Riley falls into an angry and fearful frame of mind. Riley nearly runs away, but she realizes that hiding her feelings cannot bring her peace of mind. After sharing her sadness with her parents, she begins to think more clearly and accepts that different emotions can exist together. Beauty and the Beast. A change of mind. Belle was an open-minded young woman who dreamed of life beyond her small village. Although the Beast was initially closed-minded and quick to anger, she refused to judge him only by his appearance. Belle's kindness gradually changed his mindset and taught him to care about another person. As they spent time reading and talking together, they became like-minded friends who understood each other. Meanwhile, the narrow-minded villagers followed Gaston and attacked the castle because they feared what was different. By choosing love over anger, the Beast developed a compassionate mentality, and Belle's love broke the curse. Kung Fu Panda. Learning to focus. Before becoming the Dragon Warrior, Panda was an absent-minded panda who daydreamed about kung fu while working in his father's noodle shop. When his training began, he was easily distracted by food and the other warriors around him. Master Shifu discovered that food could motivate Pa and taught him to focus on each movement. Pa gradually became more mindful of his body, his surroundings, and his opponent. Through steady practice, he stopped making mindless movements and learned to act with purpose. By remaining fully concentrated during battle, Pa used his unique abilities to defeat Tai Lung and protect the Valley of Peace. Coco. Remembering Héctor. Miguel loves music, although his family wants to erase every memory of their musical ancestor. On the Day of the Dead, a torn family photograph reminds him that the past still holds an important secret. In the land of the dead, Héctor explains that spirits can remain there only while someone living remembers them. Miguel promises to keep Héctor in mind and return his photograph to the family altar. He eventually discovers that Héctor was Mama Coco's father, making the old photograph a powerful reminder of the family's true history. When Miguel sings "Remember Me" to Mama Coco, the song calls her father to mind and preserves his place in the family. The Matrix. Choosing the red pill. Neo has one important question in mind. What is the Matrix? Morpheus offers him a red pill and a blue pill, telling him that he must make up his own mind. Neo chooses the red pill because he intends to discover the truth, even if it is dangerous. After awakening in the real world, he briefly wonders whether he made the right decision. When Morpheus is captured, Neo sets his mind on rescuing him despite his friend's warnings. By facing Agent Smith, Neo proves that he knows his own mind and will no longer accept a false reality. Paddington. A polite bear in London. Paddington arrives at a busy London station, where travelers are warned to mind the gap. Mrs. Brown finds him alone and politely asks, Would you mind coming home with us? Paddington says that he does not mind and gratefully accepts her invitation. At home, Mrs. Brown asks her children to mind Paddington while she tries to learn where he came from. Although many English customs are unfamiliar to him, Paddington always tries to mind his manners. After several unexpected accidents, Mr. Brown stops objecting to the trouble and welcomes Paddington into the family. The Boy Who Cried Wolf, a warning ignored. A young shepherd becomes bored and falsely warns the villagers that a wolf is attacking his flock. The villagers rush up the hill, only to discover that his frightened cry was a false alarm. After the boy repeats the trick, the village elders caution him about the danger of lying. They admonish him that repeated lies will make his future warnings impossible to trust. When a wolf finally appears, the boy gives an urgent warning, but nobody comes to help him. After the sheep are scattered, the painful experience becomes a lasting lesson about honesty and trust. Apollo 13. Monitoring a mission in crisis. On April 13, 1970, the Apollo 13 crew and mission control detected sudden failures after an oxygen tank exploded. Controllers carefully monitored the spacecraft's oxygen and electrical readings as the available supplies fell. NASA engineers tracked Apollo 13's path around the Moon and planned a safe route back to Earth. The teams repeatedly checked the remaining water, battery power, and cabin conditions. During the return journey, flight controllers observed telemetry and prepared new emergency procedures. After a tense communications blackout, rescuers confirmed that the capsule had splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean. The Emperor's new clothes, the comment no one dared to make. Two dishonest weavers claim that they can make magical cloth that is invisible to foolish people. The Emperor's officials see nothing on the looms, but they are too afraid to mention it. When the Emperor walks through the city, the crowd avoids commenting on his missing clothes. Instead, people make flattering remarks because they do not want others to think they are foolish. A young child finally points out that the Emperor is wearing no clothes at all. The child's honest comment draws attention to the truth, and the crowd begins to admit what everyone can see. The Lincoln Memorial, a monumental dream. The Lincoln Memorial was built to honor Abraham Lincoln and preserve his legacy. Its enormous seated statue and white columns make the monument one of the most recognizable landmarks in Washington, D.C. On August 28, 1963, hundreds of thousands of people gathered at the memorial during the March on Washington. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke from its steps and called the memory of Lincoln and emancipation into the nation's mind. His "I Have a Dream" speech became a monumental moment in the struggle for civil rights and equality. Today, a marker on the steps serves as a reminder of the speech and the continuing dream of freedom. Cinderella, summoned to the royal ball. The king summons every eligible young woman in the kingdom to attend a grand royal ball. Cinderella receives an invitation and dreams of meeting the prince at the palace. However, her cruel stepmother rejects her request to attend and leaves her at home. As Cinderella cries in the garden, her fairy godmother appears and answers her call for help. Wearing a magical gown and glass slippers, Cinderella summons up the courage to enter the crowded ballroom. After Cinderella disappears at midnight, the prince orders his messengers to visit every home until the glass slipper finds its owner.